And we're live.
All right. Well, welcome to the Farm. We're back to break down the Monday 9-gamer with their signature 111 on DraftKings, 100K to first. Gonna grab one of these before the season's end. Feel like tonight's the night. So we're gonna go to war. Me and you both have a couple entries. I think we're on separate things. We'll see how that turns out.
Today
Yeah.
is a day of discouragement. When you do the 7-7-7 and you get the team to hit 6 home runs, you're like, and you don't place. Not do you not win, you don't place. Yeah,
That's a lesson in not playing Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober gotta win as a pitcher and put up 6 points.
Yeah. It's a fact.
Play strikeout pitchers, folks. Play strikeout pitchers.
And it's following up on the performance where Bailey Ober won someone $100,000. It's like,
yeah, but what's easier to predict?
Yeah,
strikeouts or whether a guy goes a complete game shutout. That's the most hard thing to predict, right? So
yeah.
But yeah, let's go. Let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into the slate if you're ready.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So matchup 1, and we're just gonna go by StatCast. Mainly what I'm looking at, Taylor, you're gonna focus on DraftKings pricing, right? We have the Dodgers. I'm sorry, the Dodgers. Oh my God, the Dodgers aren't even on the slate. With the Blue Jays in New York, Ryan Weathers versus Patrick Corbin. This is a game. Obviously, he's gonna get some ownership. It's definitely New York for me. I love some of the obviously love Judge, love Volpe if he's in the lineup. Like guys like Jazz. The wind is negligible. It's a warm day there. It's going to be great hitting weather for the Yankees. I think Ryan Weathers is absolutely in play if you have the stomach for him. I just think the Blue Jays are a competent offense. I'm not going to play Weathers on the 111. He's just not going to be in my pool. But I think I could understand with that swing and miss stuff that you would want to play him. So not for me. Maybe for others, but for me, it's just going to be Yankees. I could be talked into as a contrarian angle. Some of the righty Blue Jays. Vlad hit a home run yesterday, finally. Okamoto, guys in that nature. So for me, priority is going to be Yankees. They're going to be on. I think I only have 2 111s tonight. They're going to be on both of those for me. What about you?
Yeah, it's a pass for me, I think, from a batter and pitcher perspective. Like, I just think there's better spots. The Yankees, I think, will come in somewhat lower owned potentially. The Yankees always get ownership. That's the thing. It's like the spot's good, but it's not like elite given the other spots in the slate. And the Yankees carry like an amount of ownership because it's New York Yankees. With that said, I don't hate him. Right, the offense has a ton of upside. There's a lot of potential in and like I think they'll be lower owned given the other options we do have. So like, while they'll have ownership, I don't think they'll be like the second highest owned. Maybe they'll, because you do have cores, although that's a bad game. I don't know. I'm still like somewhat uncertain where the ownership shakes out there. I don't hate it. I think there's better spots, and so I won't be playing it. I'm only doing a couple of those teams 111s in the qualifiers.
Just to point out some priority bats for me, just looking at Volpe at 2.8 on DraftKings, his StatCast looks great, and he's going to be batting lower in the order. So obviously you're going to get Judge higher on, but like going with Volpe as a 2.8 kind of value piece on this slate.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I like that, right? Like, I think I'm doing something else, something different with my team. So I won't be there, but I don't hate that you're going there. I mean, in terms of like, I won't be playing Toronto. I think there will be spots. I mean, you could play Toronto the 2 against Weathers. It's not like I love Weathers. So like, I don't think Weathers will go super long, and the bullpen for the Yankees is okay. I just prefer other spots, right? You look for a reason to consolidate your team and consolidate the build, and so I won't be playing anyone from this game. Yeah, that's it for me though. Nothing else that I don't want to belabor it.
Yeah. Let's move to the next game. So we're in semi-agreement, but I think I'm going to be a bit heavier in the Yankees than you are. Let's go to the next game. I think that you're higher in this game. We got the Red Sox in Kansas City. Sonny Gray on the bump for the Red Sox and Lugo on the bump for the Royals. I don't have much in this game. I know the park factors suggest the wind blowing out could be effective for some of these bats here. I'm just a believer in Lugo and Gray haven't been great, but both guys are wily enough to work through lineups. But I think you see this game differently, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, it's like, to me, this is the best game on the slate because of the weather factor, right? It's like everyone knows Chicago, Milwaukee, but the wind's blowing out 20 miles an hour here, and both pitchers are okay, like good enough to where people will avoid it. It's like this total is just 1 run below what you have in the Cubs, right? Like super wind sensitive park, but like this park they brought the fences in, right? It's like, in addition to that, the wind's blowing out, and I think both these pitchers do give up contact. And so this will be a target for me, mainly the Kansas City side. And I'm just like, we've talked to us on this podcast, but I love Kansas City. I think you can get creative in how you stack them. They'll be my 5 stack across pretty much all of my teams I built today. And I think it's just like, it's the spot. The Sonny Gray name is still like, it's Sonny Gray.
Well, he's fine though. He's fine. I mean,
he's fine.
He's not,
just like Luis Castillo was fine 2 years ago. And like
no, Sonny Gray's an above average pitcher.
No, hold on. What I'm saying, so Luis Castillo was an ace 2 years ago though, and now Luis Castillo.
But
it doesn't happen until it happens all at once, and like before you know it, then your guys get like Sonny Gray is a guy towards the end of his career will turn into Kyle Hendricks. Like that's who he'll be. He'll just give up a ton of hits. And the thing with him, what he's not doing is striking guys out, right? Like that helps me. And I think Kansas City's like what they do. What you don't want to play them against, you don't want to play them against a strikeout pitcher. And Sonny Gray's not striking guys out. So like that for me, it's like
but he's getting a lot of ground balls and
he's getting a lot of ground balls. But like to me, it's like this is the time to stack Kansas City. The park factor is obviously super elevated. The ownership will be low, like single digits probably across the board.
Outside of Bobby Witt, probably.
Outside Bobby Witt, but still, it's like Sonny Gray. People still like would group Sonny Gray into the ace category. I mean, and like I could be talked into a Boston team as well. I won't get to Boston. I don't know. I may build one more. If I do, it will be Boston. I think Boston's interesting here. I just don't love the lineup as much. I'm more of a Kansas City guy. And Lugo's like he's slightly better than Sonny Gray, so like I would maybe group him in that category. But for me, they moved the game up too, which is really important. Like I think I was somewhat nervous about it when it was at 7:40.
You might lose a little bit of ownership for people still concerned about the weather, though. That's another benefit of feathering your cap.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like this is a spot like Kansas City puts up 12 runs and you're like, oh, I faded it because the weather, or like Sonny Gray's on the mound, and just you're looking back in hindsight. And like I have to get the other teams right, but I think I'm really
I think it's a great contract. I won't be there. Once again, I'm limited to 2 teams, right? We're middle stakes players, right? So we're gonna play the big tickets and not max at the 111s, not max anything out. So sometimes we land in the same spot, sometimes we don't. And I understand your logic completely. I just think there's a way that Sonny Gray and Seth Lugo both work these lineups, and maybe it's the 6-4 game, and you don't want either team. 6-4 sounds enticing, but sometimes like you're looking for those high 10 run outcomes, right? So I see your point, but let's go ahead and move on to the next game. I think there's weather in this game, right? We have Houston versus Minnesota. This game looks like it is a high potentiality for postponement. That being said, I did want to play a little Tatsu Amai. He's shown some strikeout upside. He's absolutely walking. He's walking 21% of batters. That's just not sustainable. That rate's not sustainable is what I mean. He's not going to continue to walk guys at that rate. He showed better stuff before he came over. So I think he would be fine at 6'4", 6'5". I just can't play him in a weather game also, right? On the other side, we have Kendry Rojas. Don't know much about him. It's just one of those spots, right? Not going to play this game overall, looking like it's maybe a 50-60% chance of postponement. So that's all I have in this game. If I had to play a side or play a person in this game, it would just be Tatsu Amai in hopes that he's finding something.
Yeah. Just the weather's concern. I don't like either line. I mean, like I would like Houston here if there wasn't like the weather concern. I mean, I'm somewhat like biased on the Houston bats anyways, right? So it's like probably no surprise to you there.
You're so biased, and they just been horrible. I mean, outside of Jordan, they just like Cam Smith is absolutely on the massive skid.
He is. So, but again, with that said, it's like Simeon Wood Richardson's not good. So I'm not. I wouldn't completely ignore it, Dylan. But it won't be part of my build. Again, consolidating, and the more important game is next. So
that's where I'm going to focus most of my attention this slate. We have Sproat versus Imaga. Obviously, I'm going to focus on the Cubs side. I think if they can get to him early, they have I say this every day in every slate. Up and down, they have one of the best lineups in baseball. So my preference would actually be some of the righties today. I like Bregman. I like Swanson. I like guys near the back too. Like I said, Swanson. I like PCA, obviously. PCA is always the fun upside player that bats near the bottom of the lineup. So it's not unique, but he's a guy that can steal second, steal third, and hit a home run and just provide someone's upside for you. If you wanted to get contrarian on the slate, I would actually say let's play Milwaukee. Imaga, we know, has a fly ball issue. He is absolutely in play as an SP2, SP1. I just won't do that with the wind blowing out. We know he's a fly ball pitcher. He could get in so much trouble. He walks 1 or 2 guys, gives up a home run, and he gives up 3 or 4 runs. It's just not going to be value at his price. So for me, It's easy to say this, but it's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to build 4 or 5 Cub stacks, and it might be a 4-4 Cubs, 4 Yankees, but definitely Cubs for me. I got to consider I'll just keep playing him. And he's pushed Ballesteros out of the DH role because Ballesteros is getting his Conforto. His StatCast looks fine. Obviously, we know Conforto's had some talent, but he's just going to stay in the lineup, and he just continues to hit, and he's 3K. So, yeah, definitely don't forget about Conforto when the Cubs lineup comes out if he's in there.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, the Cubs will be my secondary stack on all of my teams. I like the guys at the top of the order. I'll play Nico Horner, Bregman, Seha, and Ian Happ. I like those guys a lot. I think Seha's expensive, but the rest of like Nico, Bregman, and Happ are cheap, right? It's like maybe they're not the best hitters in that lineup, but like they're in a prime spot. A couple pop flies are going to go out of the park today. So it's like you want to get 1 or 2 of those, and it's just I think it's irresponsible.
I just worry. Horner's shown a little bit more pop. He's kind of slowed down a little bit, but like he's just not running as much anymore. It's just tough for me to play him in that position when he's not stealing bases.
He's just cheap too, given like he's cheaper than the other options too. The thing for me is like Nico Horner was like 5.4. Now what is his price? Like he's 4.5. He's like literally 1,000 less than Bryce Strang. It's like the easy.
But what is Jazz? What is Jazz in the same
I think price? Jazz is around the same price too. Jazz is more expensive. So it's like to me, it's like Nico Horner's like, yeah, maybe he's not as good as he was at the start of the season, but like for his price, I like him a lot. You get exposure to this game, and like while he hasn't been stealing at as high of a clip, he's showed a lot of pop. So I'll play Nico Horner. Again, I like his price. I think the ownership will be there as well. But
yeah, actually, you know what? No argument there. I mean, you can tell me 1 through 9 the Cubs are in play, and I wouldn't argue about it. Once again, I think they're a very deep lineup. They have a three catcher rotation with Amai, Kelly, and Ballesteros there. Ballesteros mostly DH, but I wouldn't be mad at playing any bats from there. And maybe just pick the contrarian ones. Pick the bats that are going to be projected for lower ownership, and just go from there. Well, let's go ahead and move to the next game. Let's not waste too much time. We have the Rockies at home versus the visiting Rangers. Gore's on the mound for the Rangers, and then who's on the mound for? That's right, we have Quintana. This game, usually we want to target Core's, right? It's not just because of the park; it's because the pitchers don't move as much. I think Gore's in play as an SP. I'm not going to play him; just he's too volatile, and I've seen the Rockies be a league average offense this year. I'm just not going to play the bats with 30-degree weather and the wind blowing in. I just can't do it. Both teams have shown, absolute chinks in their offensive armor. So I'm just not going to be able to make this a priority. I think you can be contrarian and it's not going to be as contrarian. People still notice that cores. It's still a higher total. But I think playing this game with others on the slate, you might actually lose some ownership just because of the weather narrative.
Yeah, I'm going to fade this game. I mean, it's like, at first, I like Texas, but I'm like, man, it is cores. I like the historical DFS players will play cores bats because it's in cores, and maybe they're not paying attention to the weather. But like this game could easily be like 3-4, or like it's like. Do you like either offense right now? I don't. There's like everyone in Colorado is a pitch hit candidate. Like Texas is so banged up. It's like Texas has their C team out there. I just don't like them. Like I guess you could pick a couple of pieces from Texas if you like them. They're on the road in course, right? But like with that said, I just like Kansas City better. Honestly, I like Kansas City's offense better. I like the spot better. Yeah, it's just an easy avoid for me. Cold weather plus the teams for me is just a pass.
A lot of people get course fatigue, right? Where it's like they play the Coors game, it doesn't shoot out. They play the Coors game, it doesn't shoot out, and that's when I'll jump back on. Let's say game 2 or game 3 of this series, people have been playing it to no avail. That's when I jump on heavy and just full stack, right? And
yeah,
the important thing in this slate is like, hey, there's a lot of good spots, right? You don't have to force a Coors stack in your lineups, and like you said, they're always going to draw ownership. So I couldn't agree more. Just if you want to pick a fade on a game, just pick a fade on this game because it's absolutely going to carry some form of ownership.
Yeah. Again, play cores if you want to. I wouldn't talk you out of a core stack here and there, but it's not going to be. Make my build this week or today.
Let's go and move to the next game. We're making great time here. So we have the Athletics visiting the Angels, and you have, I think, Walbert Yabina on the mound for the Angels. Yep. StatCast looks phenomenal.
He's good.
Bad walk rate, average strikeout rate, but the underlines look very good. I'm not going to play him against I think, guys in that lineup for the A's are menacing, and I just think they actually profile better against righties. So I'm not going to play him, but I'm not going to play the Athletics either. JT Ginn on the bump for the Athletics. Another guy that underlines look good. He's had some pedigree in the past, and he gets a lot of ground balls. So it's just one of these games, you could tell me in the Angels Park this game is 10-9, and it wouldn't be surprising. But with these pitchers on the mound, I can see it a very, very low scoring affair. So I don't have confidence enough on either pitcher for strikeouts, and that's what I'm focused on today to do anything special. But as far as stacking these sides, I'm just gonna pass.
Yeah, I do think Urbina is in play. I said Urbina. Urina's in play. I think he's interesting. The Athletics still strike out, but like generally speaking, their offense is good. I think like he's an interesting play at 7-7. I wouldn't completely cross him off my list. I don't know. Like it's like for me, it's like I don't hate. Noah Schultz is also interesting, right? With Cal Raleigh out of the lineup, like that lineup is somewhat weaker in Seattle. It's in Seattle, of course. So that is a decision point. Like, but I think it's somewhat of a toss up between Urena and Noah Schultz, who we'll talk about a little bit later. Again, for me, it's consolidating spots. You could talk me into an Angel stack. Like this park is like somewhat decent for hitting. I just don't love the line. I don't love the teams here. I think there's better.
JT Ginn is fine. I mean, he's shown. I know you stacked against him in the past, but I find him to be more competent than you do, and I kind of like him as a pitcher, getting a lot of ground balls. Gives up some hard hits, right? But sometimes you just don't know if he gets enough ground balls, he could find success in this matchup for sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But we've passed a couple games here, and this is another one I'll pass on, right? I think Urena may make the build, but for me, it would be between him and someone like Noah Schultz.
Yeah, I want to end this stream too. I want to talk about some home runs. I know that DraftKings is doing that daily giveaway for Grand Slams, and that's sort of to predict. But as far as home run guys we like and who could be lower down the board, we'll talk about some of those at the end. So I think we only have a couple of games left. I think next we have the Dodgers are on the slate. My mistake. We have Yamamoto versus Michael King. I mean, Yamamoto, obviously probably the best talent on the slate as far as pitcher goes. He won't be my SP1 today. I think the Padres are good enough offense. They do strike out a good bit. Michael King on the other side. Michael King, good pitcher. Not playing pitchers against the Dodgers unless I absolutely need to, right? It's just nothing I'm going to do. In that same breath, it's just another game for me. It's just going to be a cross-off. I think both pitchers are good enough in the San Diego, in Petco Park. Pitchers Park. So it's pitchers or pass for me, and it's going to be maybe just pass altogether. What about you?
Yeah, same. So like the pitchers are the A side. You just can't. While I like Michael King, and he's been good this season, and I drafted him in best ball. I'm a Michael King guy. You can't play him against the Dodgers, but I think it mutes the Dodgers offense, which has been like somewhat suspect anyways. And then Yamamoto, yeah, it's like I like San Diego. So you can't really play San Diego because they're not really hitting the ball well either. I'm like somewhat biased like Jackson Merrill. Not like Tatis, but you can't play him here. I just don't think the upside, given the other offensive spots we have, like on a bigger slate where there's like less obvious offensive spots, I think I'm always like inclined to throw like a San Diego stack together. I won't do it here against Yamamoto. I don't think I'll get there in terms of pricing either. 9.78 is pretty expensive, and I think I'm prioritizing other pitchers. Probably who we'll get to in a second.
Are you gonna talk about my pitcher too? I mean, maybe we're on opposite sides, and we should be because there's no trustworthiness here. So we have Robbie Ray for San Francisco in Arizona pitching against Zach Gallen. And I'll start here. It's another spot where San Francisco, the worst offense in the league,
I lost you, sir. I'm going to remove him while I talk about it. He's going to talk about Zach Gallen. I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to tell us that Zach Gallen is the play. I think, and he's somewhat affordable too. He's 6'6". So he's like, yeah, I think he's somewhat cheap on the slate. You're taking a risk. San Francisco's offense is one of the worst in the league. So I think that was probably going to be his case. Is the strikeout upside there? Can he give the Bailey over performance potentially? You don't want 6 points though. But at 6'6", if you're going to prioritize bats, I don't think it's a horrible. It's not a horrible outcome for me though. I'm on the other side. I think Robbie Ray is really interesting. Arizona, they're decent. You got some lefty mashers, Kevin Molte, Randall Grunchick, but for me, I'm gonna prioritize Robbie Ray. A5 is a little expensive given what we've seen. There's been some up and down. And like fatigue may start to weigh on Robbie Ray as we get deeper into the season. But at their prices, like, yeah, you could make an argument Zach Gallen potentially is a better play. But it's an easy like potential cross off from the offensive spots. I'm not going to play against Robbie Ray, Arizona. I think again, better offensive spots. And then Yeah, Gallen is okay. But yeah, I'm on the Robbie Ray side. I think he's back now.
I'm back. Like
I gave your case for Zach Gallen, but go ahead and give it.
It's just a speculative ad. I'm sorry. I was over here talking. I was just rotating. I'm not sure what I internet. I just got internet just completely shut off and shut back on. So that's fine. But yeah, it's just speculative ad on a guy that has been terrible, has shown long-term success, and that San Francisco's a bottom 5 offense in the league. So he's absolutely in play. I know you like Robbie Ray. I'm sure you gave the bear case. I mean, the bull case for him. Just the bear case for Robbie Ray is that he walks a lot of guys. He could absolutely get in some trouble walking. And then we've seen the Diamondbacks be good against lefties previously. So, and they have a lot of the same makeup. So for me, Gallen in the 6s is just going to be a guy that I think could get 15 to 20 points and have pretty low ownership based on his games this year. So yeah, that's all I have. And I'm back ready for this last game.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I pretty much said the same. I gave the steal and straw man argument for each pitcher there. I think we're kind of isolated in our offensive spots, which is like somewhat boring, but also like you have to pick your spots, baby. You can't be all.
And it's not because you have to pick your spots. And looking at this last game is another spot in Seattle that I'm just going to avoid. Right, we have Brian Wu versus Noah Schultz. Noah Schultz is a guy I believe a little bit more than you do. Still don't want to play him against Seattle. I think Seattle's a good enough offense where he's not going to show his elite ace upside. I don't even know if he has that, right? His underlines are fine. Strikeout rate's fine. For me, the priority is obviously Brian Wu. White Sox have been very pesky. We saw Cuero had an amazing walk-off against the Cubs the other day, but it's just going to be Brian Wu and hopes in Seattle he kind of keeps the form he had last outing. Brian Wu can get hit hard at times and it piles on him, and we don't want that in this spot, but we're looking for pitcher safety in general. You're going to win tournaments with bat upside, not pitcher upside. And that's a general. I mean, sometimes you get these guys that throw for 40 points, but that's just not common. So for me, Brian Wu's just on the priority list for me as far as starting pitching goes today.
Yeah, Brian Wu's easy play. Again, I think somewhat you got to be careful. The White Sox have been good. They do strike out still. And like, while like they have been really good, it's like, I think the line probably is going to be 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. Like you'll take that from Brian Wu.
7 innings, 9 Ks, inject it. Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. I think you undersold No Schultz a little bit. He's 7-3. He's going to be on one of my teams for sure. I like him a lot. And that's why, mainly because the Seattle lineup they're throwing out there is not good. You got Mitch Garver, Connor Joe, Rob Ref Snyder. And like, that's in addition, like a young guy. Cole Emerson's going to be good, but like Cole Young, JP Crawford, like the guys you have to worry about, even the guy like Josh Naylor hasn't been playing that well. It's like Julio Rodriguez and like Randy Rosarina, right? Like the offense is just not as good right now. Obviously, Cole Raleigh's hurt. Kyle Raleigh, sorry, call him Cole Raleigh. So I like Noah Schultz at 7-3. I think he's going to be a build for me. I think he's got 25-point upside in this matchup. And mainly it's like park factor plus like lineup. I mean, the total 7.5 ends up essentially like Seattle's -160. So it's a very close game. I mean, I don't even think it gets that total, right? Like if you tell me,
let me jump.
Tell me 5 runs are scored in this game. It's like I want both pitchers probably.
Maybe the problem with Schultz is a couple things.
He's had
a couple of bad starts, and his pitch count is you're not going to see him get at 90 pitches. Yeah. He's went 76, 79, 87, 85, 82, 82. Yeah, so they're just capping him.
No, partly because of he's been walking guys the last couple starts. If he's cruising, if he gets to 95 pitches, like that's plenty.
Yeah, that's all I mean as far as upside goes. You're not going to see him go 100 pitches and 7.
No, but like how many points? What is his best performance? DraftKings performance this season?
His best performance, he went 5 innings and he struck out 6 against the Athletics. So that's fine. That's fine. And I think Seattle's a fine matchup, not great matchup for opposing pitchers. And I understand your point. For me, I'm going to take a stab at Zach Gallen about 1,000 less. He's been even worse, but I think the matchup is much better for Zach Gallen than it is for Noah Schultz.
Yeah, I think it's close. I think you're right. It is better for sure.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and that's what we have in the game today. What's your home run? Just give me one home run. Just give me one cheap guy. That's gonna be lower.
I like Vinny P a lot, so Vinny P will be a home run for me.
Yeah.
And if you give me a bonus round home run, I mean, I don't want to go someone from the Chicago game because I feel like that's cheating. Give me Jack Kaggs. So give me 2 Royals today.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna go Anthony Volpe home run and grand slam. It's gonna be a 1-1. He's gonna do
Dude,
anything
do you have
today.
these like uber confident like plays?
Yeah,
that, like,
I feel pretty confident about Volpe going. I like what I see in his bat right now, and he's really fighting to stay in this lineup. He's not going to when Caballero gets back. It's going to be him. So Volpe needs to prove his worth right now, and we know defensively he's not a good shortstop. So
Yeah.
he needs to prove with the bat.
Volpe's
Love,
line is going to be 1 for 3 with a single and runs scored. He's get you 5 points, and you're like, you know what? He didn't give me 0.
yeah, maybe potentially. All right, let's go to the next home run pick. And it's just gonna be Michael Busch. Michael Busch swinging a hot bat. I mean, that's not groundbreaking, but he's swinging much better. He started the season so slow. His underlines are starting to pick up a little bit too. So Michael Busch, Anthony Volpe, both going to be in the card for me. Volpe with a priority, and I'm going to put a little bigger bet on him to hit a home run. So, all right, guys. That's all we got.
Quick and lean. We'll be back to do some more baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we win tonight, and then we'll be just so giddy.
Yeah, I mean, you had a big hit this weekend for 11K.
Yeah.
You've been grinding them tennis streets, so you're a little
That's,
degenerate.
only the real degens know that. They know the grind, the tennis grind.
Yeah.
The quick hitter. All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back. Thanks for jumping on, Dylan.
All right, bye.
All right, peace.